Hi everyone, welcome to FilmDirt. I haven't done one of these commentaries for a while now. I thought I'd do this one because it was recommended to me quite a few times. And I remember seeing one of these Chris Hansen shows, was it like 2005 or 2010, something like that. We never got the show here in UK. I think we had our own paedophile shows, didn't we? We've certainly had enough of them over the years. But this one, I think it started as, was it a segment in another show called Dateline? And it was called To Catch a Predator. And then I hear it moved to another channel and was called HANSEN Vs Predator. Now, I like Chris Hansen as a host and presenter. He's got a way about him, hasn't he, where he's professional, but he's also taking the mick as well, isn't he? Kind of indirectly. Now, here in the UK, we've definitely got our own issues with these scumbags. For all of my American visitors and, anyone else outside of the UK, I know some of you are very aware of charming names that we've had, like Jimmy Savile and Rolf Harris. This makes your skin crawl, doesn't it? And as a father, I couldn't contemplate having to find out that any of these types are, trying to make contact with my kids or anyone in my family. I'm definitely not the violent type, but there's just certain things that really push your buttons. So with this guy, JEFF Sokol, I've not seen his video before. I've seen one other. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the one that he wanted to take a dump as soon as he got to the child's house. As soon as he got there. I remember he wanted, I can't remember, what was his name? I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. It was, is that the Joshua? Something or other, who cares? And this JEFF Sokol guy is apparently very similar, where he just comes across as completely clueless. So let's watch this video together. It seems to be the uncut video posted up by Walls. So thank you to Walls for this. I'll play it all the way through without pausing it. And I'll give some of my thoughts along the way. Okay, let's just set it up here. Okay, are we ready? Okay, let's hit play.
What you see being edited behind me, you can see nowhere else. It is more compelling and disturbing than virtually anything you can watch on TV today. It is my complete interview with JEFF Sokol. He surfaced in our Predator investigation in Fairfield, Connecticut. A little bit of it aired on my syndicated show Crime Watch Daily, but now here on Hansen Vs Predators, you'll see the whole thing. Sokol came with food and an appetite for sex. He left after a very aggressive interview with me in handcuffs.
He left in handcuffs. He went there thinking he was going to get with this child. He got handcuffs instead.
Jeff? Over here. You can come in this way. Sorry about that.
It's a giant pizza. I heard of this guy, the pizza guy, yeah.
Did you find the house okay?
No, because it's really dark out. So.
How long did it take you to get here?
I don't know, it took 2.5 hours.
That's a long drive.
He drove for 2.5 hours.
Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Oh, you gonna give me a hug?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
She blew him off.
Okay.
So, kind of pitchy batches.
She does look young, doesn't she?
The small piece.
Isn't she
is like almost
19?
The big one. So I didn't know that. Because, like you said small, I thought it'd be like a really small one.
Yeah.
I said big one.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Isn't this actress really 19, I heard?
Yeah, I'm fine. I am. I'm fine.
I've just never done this before.
I know.
Have you?
No, not really. I mean,
Are you telling me the truth?
I've met girls online, but
Yeah, he's done this before.
like, come like this far to like meet someone. I don't know why
It's kind of crazy, huh?
It is crazy. Yeah, why did you let me come?
I don't know.
If you're so nervous.
It seems like a good idea, and you seem nice.
Is he trying to make her feel bad
Why
now
did
for
I-
rejecting him?
I think I know.
It's not the only reason. It's not the reason.
What's the reason?
And I just, been talking to you for a while, and you seem like really cool to hang out with, and someone that I'd like to meet, and I wanted to check out the situation,
Well, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's deal with this
So
whole
you got in the
contract
bag.
thing, because I'm just going to be thinking about it the whole time. Until we get that out of the way.
This document was something Sokol put together after some research on the internet to protect himself from getting in trouble for having sex with a 13-year-old girl. He talked about it in the chat along with a lot of other
What's
graphic
this?
topics. It didn't work.
What's this document? Contract? What is it?
Let's eat, and we can talk about it.
Okay. There's plates behind you if you want to grab one.
Huh?
There's plates behind you if you want to grab one. Do you want a water or anything?
No. Man, well, I got this for kids.
The pizza looks good, doesn't it?
Alright, I will have one. Do you want to eat at the
You
table,
see-
or what do you want to do?
Pizza and orange juice.
Here.
That's a lot of acid there, isn't it? It doesn't go.
Yeah, I mean,
That grin. Oh, come on.
So,
You're from the Boston area, you said?
yeah, can I wash my hand?
You see, he thinks he's a lucky boy now.
Yeah, I have some family that lives up there. It's pretty nice.
Do you?
Yeah, I've been to Faneuil Hall.
Where's your family? Like, what part of Boston?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Boston's so confusing. It's,
She's
wicked
not
confusing.
really being that flirty, is she? She's not giving him the come on. She's just being friendly. She's going along with it very well.
I'm sorry.
The acting is good.
I'll try to be cool.
Oh, it's okay.
We'll work on it.
I mean, you look great.
Thanks.
You just look different than what than like in the pictures. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I expected you to have dark hair. Did you?
My hair it lightens up in the summer.
And no, I'm not saying, I mean, I think you
You
look
don't
great.
like
Oh, well
it?
I
said.
think you look great. I'm just saying, like, you
Well
look
said.
different.
Yeah, she's
than-
doing
than
well.
I
She-
thought.
Yeah.
But,
She's very good.
Well, you never can tell with online things, you know?
What about me? Do I look different?
I mean, you look different. I'm not saying better or worse, just different. I have cupcakes too, if you want one.
Let's see, did you make them?
Look at those. Do you think I made those? Mm-mm.
I have no idea.
No.
Do you want to use plates, or do you want to just eat?
Whatever you want. We're pretty casual here.
Okay.
I'm like too
No, you've got to
nervous.
stay there because that's where the cameras are.
Well, you're eating.
She knows. She
I was
knows
just
all of
wondering if
the
you were gonna be,
the get outs.
Like, how would you be? Like, would you be nervous?
Yeah, she's got to keep him there.
Really, like you've done this before.
Oh,
you know, that
definitely
type of
haven't
thing.
done this before.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
he's
think you
done this
seemed very-
before.
Very like, you didn't seem nervous at all when I talked to you, and just in
Well, you know,
general.
it's different when you're talking to someone online versus like
person.
coming to their house
I
and
know,
meeting them.
I know. I just gotta take something. This isn't drugs. It's just a.
Yeah, no, by all means. Here, drink water.
It's something that I take when I.
See, what's he popping there?
In the middle of it all, Sokol pulls out a medicine bottle. You can see it on the video. He takes a pill, apparently in preparation for what he thinks is going to be a big night ahead.
It's got to be the irritable bowel pill, isn't it? Because you've
I'm
got
just hanging out.
orange juice and pizza there.
watching
That's a,
TV, Netflix
like I
and
said, that's a
stuff.
lot of acid there. So I'm not surprised if.
I have no idea. Do you want me to check?
Somebody here.
No.
What kind of pizza we have tonight? Who's this? I'll get to that in a minute. Who are you?
Good entrance.
You tell me first. You're Jeff, right?
Yeah,
And what are you doing here tonight, Jeff?
hanging out
Hanging out with whom?
with her.
Who's her?
I want to know who you are.
I want to
The
know
child.
more about you first.
Can I eat first?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Tell me who you are, because, you know, I didn't know there would be other people here.
Well, what did you expect to happen here tonight, Jeff?
Didn't have any expectations.
No expectations whatsoever.
No,
So you drove 2.5 hours
sure did.
from Boston.
Sure
Come
did.
here.
2.5
You a
hours.
young girl.
You were
I will get to that in a minute. Go ahead, have a bite.
Oh,
I haven't done anything
get
wrong.
your teeth round that.
How old are you?
It just fell apart. Even the pizza didn't want to go in there, did
I'd
it?
like to know.
I haven't done anything wrong. Coming to meet somebody?
Yeah, you
What's
have.
wrong? What, is that against
Coming
the
to
law?
meet a young girl?
Yeah, is that against the law?
It is after this chat.
How?
He's completely clueless, isn't he?
Did you bring some kind of a contract with you? Some sort of marriage contract? Let's see if any of this sounds familiar.
He's very brazen, isn't he? He's trying to laugh it off.
I should come see you on Saturday. Well, since your mom isn't home, it's the best time to do it. I would, but only if you want me to. You say, I can't go to jail. My life would be ruined.
Right.
Could be locked up for 20 years.
Yep.
And then you say, do you trim your...
Oh, you disgusting piece
Okay.
of...
Now you know that this girl is 13, right?
Wasn't sure.
She's told you.
No. That doesn't
And you're what, 37?
mean anything.
You're 37? How old are you?
He's older than 37.
Might as well just tell me, because I can find out like that.
Who are you? Can you tell me that first?
I will tell you that in a minute.
I can find out
You're
like
making
that.
me nervous. And
You're 44 years old, right? Right? As a 44-year-old guy, I shouldn't be talking to 13-year-old girls like this. Yet I want to. What am I supposed to make of that? Sorry, I am paranoid. For meeting me? No, potentially having sex. But that is where the breaking the law comes from.
right.
Punishable up to 20 years.
I think this is the point where it's dawned on him.
Well, they plan on having sex.
Do you have them in your car?
No,
I'm going to find
Sure
out, so you
does.
might as well tell me now.
I don't.
I bet he does.
Go ahead, check the car.
You will never tell anyone about us having sex. Are you sure? Okay, I could be there Saturday afternoon. Explain.
Yeah, this is the point. He's not laughing anymore. He's just realised
Explain it to
what
me.
he's
I
done.
wanted to come hang out and...
It looks like here you wanted to come here and have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Okay, is that against the law to
To have sex with a 13-year-old
you
girl when you're 44? Yes, it's
idiot.
against the law.
to meet a girl? That's all I've done.
You see how
You
this
idiot.
looks.
Okay, but do you
Absolute
also
idiot.
see that I was pretty apprehensive about the whole sex thing?
Well,
That doesn't
wouldn't
mean
you be?
anything.
Wouldn't anybody be if they're
Right.
going to try to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?
To be honest with you, you're not going to believe me, but I don't know who you are, but I'm sure you're law enforcement. But,
You think I'm law enforcement?
well, I mean, that's what it sounds like. I was thinking about this on the way down,
Right. You had 2.5 hours to think about it.
and and I wasn't going to.
That was quite
I'm
funny.
not going to risk it. That's what I said.
It's not normal for a 44-year-old guy to drive 2.5 hours to hang out with a 13-year-old
I
girl.
wanted to hang out, see how she was, see if
A 13-year-old girl. How often do you do this sort of thing?
never done it.
You've never done it. So tonight you just decided, okay, I'm going to drive 2.5 hours
Oh yeah,
down I-95 from Boston.
yeah, I've been talking to her
To this
for a little
house.
while, and she seemed cool to hang out with. I mean, what the?
You can't find any
I had nothing else.
older girls?
I can, but I had nothing else going on.
So
I mean,
you decided you just come out and hang out with a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, you can clearly see that I'm very apprehensive about the whole
Let's say we meet and really like each other and want to continue
So
seeing
you
each
can't
other.
really use
How do
excuses
we do
like
this?
that. Like he's
I said, as long as
apprehensive.
you're under 16, age of consent, parenthetically,
Nobody can know about it. I just...
So 16's even too
What
young.
it sounds like here is you're grooming her, testing her
Yeah.
to make sure it would be okay if you had sex.
Yeah.
So no one would find out.
To be honest with you, like I said, when I was on the way down,
Right.
I was thinking about the whole thing, and even before I left,
Right.
I was thinking I'm not going to have sex with her unless it's legal.
So you talk about a plan to make...
It's not legal.
to marry her. Right?
Yeah, not in 2 seconds. I mean, like,
So if you liked her, like next week or the week after, you'd marry a
no,
13-year-old girl?
not next week. No.
So after...
It's so annoying that he's
days
trying to
worth of
justify
chatting,
it, isn't
you
it?
decide you love her?
No,
You want to have sex with her?
I don't know.
You want to marry her? What do you mean you don't know? She's 13.
You don't know.
I don't know. I was just throwing things out, like, you know, just in case maybe I did like her.
Just
Maybe
makes you angry, doesn't
So
it?
you would marry a 13-year-old girl because she's really cool and you could have sex.
After a while, if it worked out, yeah.
After a while.
Yeah.
What, like 3 years of dating?
I don't know.
A romantic courtship?
Maybe.
Maybe. So you're cool with all this. You just think this is just fine. March in here to this home.
I know what you're.
Well, what
Getting at
else am I supposed to think, Jack?
Yeah, you know what he's getting
Do
at.
I seem like a
It's not sinking in.
dishonest, dirty person? I mean, do I
Yes.
seem like it to you?
This chat seems like it.
Yes.
It seems like someone who at 44 years old.
Chat is chat.
Chat is chat, but showing up is showing up. And guess what, Jeff? You showed up. At a home where you knew a 13-year-old girl would be
What
alone
a great line.
after a sexually charged
Chat is chat.
You come in,
Just showing up is showing
I
up.
want to hug you. The little girl's nervous. You do it with everybody. You do that every time you meet a 13-year-old girl.
I do it when I meet somebody for the first time. I
Okay,
hug them.
but this somebody is not.
You didn't hug Chris Hansen, though, did you?
I'll tell you what.
I'm trying to be nice here.
So am I. But you're not answering all my questions.
I will. Can you just tell me who you are?
I'm Chris Hansen, and this is an investigation called HANSEN Vs Predator.
Ooh, here they
So if
come.
there's anything else you want people to know, anything you want to say, now would be a good time to say it.
I can't believe this happened.
Did you bring any sort of a marriage contract? So what we're going to talk
Ouch.
about?
I don't want to talk anymore.
You can leave.
On camera.
You can leave.
What do you mean I can leave?
You can leave.
And then what?
That's not up to me.
Who's it up to?
It's not up to me. You didn't have to come here, did you?
I think he realises there's cops outside.
What do you do for a living, John?
I don't want to talk anymore. There's
Insurance business, right?
cameras rolling.
Insurance?
I don't want to talk anymore.
All right. As I said, you're free to leave.
Can you shut it off?
I cannot shut it off.
I mean, what is
No way, dude. No
It's an
way.
investigation for a television program called HANSEN,
Why would you shut it off?
where we investigate grown people who go online and try to create inappropriate, illegal relationships with underage children. So unless you have something else to say, now would be a good time to go.
I don't have anything else to say.
All right, then. You can take your pizza if you like.
You want a slice?
I'm good, thank you very much.
So the cops here?
We'll see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Or if they're here, just bring them in.
It'd be best if you went on that.
Grab a jacket.
It's not for the garage.
That's the, yeah, that's where they're waiting. See, it dawned on him, didn't it? While he was trying to think of excuses to justify it, it slowly sank
Sokol
in.
was sentenced to 7 years in prison, serving a mandatory 30 months. He is eligible for
30
parole
months?
in June.
Okay, what did we think of this? I think it was funny at the start, wasn't it? Where you've got this complete idiot. I mean, what a complete idiot. He's just breezed his way into this house, and you're just dumbfounded at how stupid this guy is, and it's funny, and I was laughing as well. But as you get to a certain point, it's not funny anymore, is it? It's just absolutely incredible, and he kind of made me angry. I don't know if he's a deadly predator or not. Well, of course he is. He shouldn't be here in the first place, but he's just so nonchalant about it. He just comes across as one of those guys which is, you know, those types where whatever they do, they just make you angry. He seems really into himself, and he just doesn't get it, does he? He's just, you know, you're trying to tell him, you know, why are you doing this, and she's 13, and he's just trying to shake it off and justify that he did nothing wrong because he hasn't done anything yet. It's so unbelievable, isn't it? I can see now why this guy is infamous online now, because, you know, you put his name into any search engine and there's loads of commentaries come up and forums. I think possibly more than any other that was on Chris Hansen's show. So I'm glad I finally saw this, because it's actually quite captivating, isn't it? I think I was just dumbfounded. Like I say, it's just, you know, you just got to keep watching. I probably didn't talk enough, you know, but I was just trying to take it all in. It probably confused me as well. It's just, how can you be so stupid? You know, you're just scratching your head and just trying to wonder what is going through his head. So I don't know if I'll do any more of these Hansen vs Predator commentaries. I might make a few choice ones, you know, in the coming months. Maybe some of the more entertaining ones, like this guy. You know, all of you regulars to my channel, you'll know I mainly do film and TV reviews, and I do other off-ball TV stuff as well. And I did some commentaries. I did the Chris Rock slap by Will Smith, and I remember doing the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. So I might do a few more TV related commentaries if they're really as shocking as this. I think this is just the most incredible paedophile story I think I've ever seen. I mean, I didn't really want to get into the whole Jimmy Savile thing because it's not entertaining. It's just completely revolting, that one. It's almost, you know, those situations where you don't want to look into it because it is just so sickening. But this guy, he's not on Savile's level, clearly not. But he's just an idiot, and I can see why he's quite captivating. And I hear he's out of prison now. I remember reading somewhere. So I do hope he's keeping a low profile and staying out of trouble at least. We can talk a lot longer about the justice system. I think here in UK it's very similar, where sentences just don't seem long enough. You know, you hear about these real scumbags and they seem to be out within a couple of years, and it's just not enough. But this guy hasn't killed anyone, and you just dread to think what would have happened if this wasn't a TV show, if Chris Hansen had never walked out that door. You know, if that was a real 13-year-old. You've got to look at it that way. It's not supposed to be just an entertaining TV show where you can laugh at this idiot. But you've got to think of the other angle. You know, what if it wasn't a TV show? And there's loads of situations like this, I'm sure. The internet just makes it so easy to meet people, and I get the impression this guy has probably gone to other children's houses. I'm just speculating. He just seemed to breeze his way in, didn't he? And, you know, didn't seem to have a care in the world. Obviously, he's a lot older, so he's got that confidence. And he's coming into contact with children who are no doubt nervous, and alone. Yeah, so anyway, so if you're a parent, keep an eye on what they're doing on their tablets and phones. You don't want any scumbags like this sniffing around. Alright, it was good speaking to you. And let's do another one of these again. And join me again on the channel soon. It was good watching this with you. All the best and take care.